Dragons breathing fire in the sky. Vampires gracefully attacking people in the streets. It's the end of...
Are you feeling sick? Sometimes the difference between life and death is a swift steep.
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking for anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire menace. What do you say? You're not paying attention then, like almost everyone else around here. Haven't you heard that the Hall of the Vigilance was destroyed by vampires? They never took the threat seriously, and now they've paid the price. The Vigilance mostly hunt down Daedra worshippers, which is why they got torn to pieces when they went up against vampires. That's why our leader, Isran, is re-establishing the Dawn Guard. Real, serious vampire hunters. Ha! Isran's going to like you. Go talk to him at Fort Dawn Guard, southeast of Riften. He'll decide if you're Dawn Guard material.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
We haven't taken a side.
I hope someday we'll get to know each other better.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
A few septums. Is all I ask.
Hold it there. Keep your distance. Another girl killed. This is Susanna from Candlehearth Hall. Served me a drink just a few nights ago, but I can't say I knew her. Susanna's the third. It's always the same. Young girl killed at night, body torn up. We're stretched thin as it is with the war. Nobody has the time to spend on this. Not pleasant, but it's the truth. If you want to help, ask some of these gawkers if they saw anything useful. I'm going to examine the body before the rats can get to it.
I ain't asking for much. Just a few septums.
My own Holyfrost. The cruel seas have been sailors for generations. In truth, I regret not following in the footsteps of my ancestors.
They say the college has been snooping around Sartha. Mages and berries.
won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's
Stormcloaks
putting
are
a
finding
great
victory
deal of
across the
pressure
land.
on Whiterun.
And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful statement, don't you think?
So we're ready to start this war in earnest then?
Soon.
I still say you should take them all out like you did dead King Torrig.
Torrig was merely a message to the other Jarls. Whoever we replace them with will need the support of our armies.
We're ready when you are.
Things hinge on Whiterun. If we can take the city without bloodshed, all the better. But if not...
The people are behind you.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
Then let them die with their false kings.
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom. But people are still weighing things in their hearts.
What's left of Skyrim to wager?
They have families to think of.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? We are their families.
Well put, friend. Tell me, Galmar, why do you fight for me?
I'd follow you into the depths of oblivion. You know that.
Yes, but why do you fight? If not for me, what then?
I'll die before elves dictate the fates of men. Are we not one in this?
I fight for the men I've held in my arms, dying on foreign soil. I fight for their wives and children whose names I heard whispered in their last breaths. I fight for we few who did come home, only to find our country full of strangers wearing familiar faces. I fight for my people, impoverished to pay the debts of an empire too weak to rule them, yet brands them criminals for wanting to rule themselves. I fight so that all the fighting I've already done hasn't been for nothing. I fight because I must.
Your words give voice to what we all feel, Ulfric. And that's why you will be High King. But the day words are enough will be the day when soldiers like us are no longer needed.
I would gladly retire from the world, were such a day to dawn.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan.
Your Leaf, I want you to send a messenger to our western camps.
And the message, sir?
I'm diverting Garn Hadring's men to join him.
Is that wise, sir?
It will work if we can pull Haran's men from the south and find a bit of luck.
Of course. Something that seems to be in short supply these days.
I'm not... Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you? Ah, yes. Destined for the chopping block, if I'm not mistaken. A fair point. Well, you've come to the right place then. Speak with Galmar. I'm always looking for able fighters. Not everyone can say they made it out of Helgen. Seems we're all branded villains these days. So long as your criminal past stays in the past, and you fight for me with honor and integrity, we'll welcome you into our ranks.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan.
The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land.
Helgen, eh? Ulfric told us quite the story. If you made it through all that, you're likely worth something to me. But first, tell me, why does an elf want to fight for Skyrim? Can't fault anyone for that. As long as you hate the Empire as much as I do, that I can work with. All right. But before I can put you to use, I need to know how much you can take. I have a little test for you. That's what I like to hear. So long as you can back up those words with steel. I'm sending you to Serpentstone Island. If you survive, you pass. If you die, well, you weren't going to be much use to me anyway. It's where men have tested their metal for ages. It's a strange rock formation built by the ancients. Something about that place attracts the ice wraiths. You kill an ice wraith out there, and I'll have all the proof I need about you. We'll see about that, won't we? Here, take this. You need it. Use it on the island. Don't lose it. Try not to die.
I didn't touch it.
Hammers don't have legs.
Did you
Don't
look
go
behind
setting
you
the
for
place
it?
on fire,
I think I
okay?
saw that.
Of course I am. What do I look like, a tab? Don't let my words cut you too deep. I've just been working the forge too hard. Right to get this sword right. Jarl wants it to look like getting the real... If you find that sword, traveler, I'll be grateful. Don't forget, you find Queen Freydis' sword, I'll reward you.
Another one. Terrible. I heard a scream and came running, but she was already like this when I got here.
Sorry. I thought I saw a fellow running away, but didn't get a good look at him.
Another one. Terrible. This... no, sorry. But I did notice that her coin purse was still intact, so whoever did this wasn't after gold. I'm going to keep preparing the body, if you'll excuse me. My job's simple enough. The dead don't really complain much.
It's no secret. Guard might... Just like always, nobody saw anything useful. Look, friend. If you think you can do better than the Legion of Guards, be my guest. You'll need to talk to your life, though. We can't just let anyone go around claiming to be an official business. If he's willing, then we'll talk.
A few septims for my supper is all I ask.
The Stormcloaks are finding victory. These are difficult times indeed. When my men are stretched thin as it is. If you offer your aid, I gladly accept. The guards will be told to assist you as necessary. I'm happy to lend a hand as much as I can as well. I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same. The Jarl has put out a bounty on the dragon that's been terrorizing the countryside. Here, take a look at this decree for details.
One of the...
You all right? You look like you might be sick.
What is it? You wear the armor of... All right, then. I noticed the trail of blood. Helgerd's taken the body into the Hall of the Dead to prepare for burial. She's a little crazy, but if she knows anything, it's dead bodies.
Of course, I'll take a look. Just bring them my way.
Large diameter. Well, she's dead. But I guess that's not unusual, at least not for somebody in here. I mean, someone who's not me, that is. Sorry, was only joking with you. Not really. The only unusual thing is the shape of the cuts. They look like they were made with... Well, the ancient Nords used these kinds of curved blades when they embalmed their dead. I don't know who in Windhelm would even have something like that. Other than me, of course. I'm too busy tending, and I wouldn't very well tell you about the cuts if I had made them, now would I? Now, I really got to get back to the body. Lot of work to prepare her for the grave.
I lost my twin sister a while back. Have you ever lost anyone close?
Guard might get nervous. A man approaches with his weapon drawn.
I made my fortune as a sea captain, but now I'm retired. The Stormcloaks are finding victory across the land. Grew up, lots of history in these walls. For Ulfric, he seems to value... I don't really have a mind for war, and I think he likes having an untrained opinion from time to time. I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel. All the same.
You are new, yes? Have you mastered the expert-level destruction spells yet? You have? Already? Well, Jizargo is surprised. And pleased. There is a real competition here. This is good. There is much for Jizargo to be sure of. There is skill in magic, there is charm, and there is a strong will. Jizargo will be successful. Of this there is no doubt. Mages in Cyrodiil are all about politics. The Synod and the College of Whispers are too busy guarding secrets to bother to teach. Skyrim was not Jizargo's first choice, but Winterhold is removed from politics, dedicated to study. This is the place for Jizargo to become great. May you walk on warm sands.